On this edition of Gusau Files, Governor Lawal inspects projects including Gusau International Airport. UNFPA pledges support for women and girls in Zamfara, meets with Governor Lawal. Chief of Air Staff commiserate with Zamfara Governor Dauda Lawal, requests Air Force Base. Governor Dauda Lawal is keeping a close eye on the ongoing development project in Zamfara, including the construction of the state much anticipated international airport. During a recent inspection, he expressed satisfaction with the progress, noting the airport's potential to meet international standards. This inspection also took him around several other key projects like road upgrades, new government buildings and renovations to schools across Gusau, the state capital. As part of his administration's commitment to infrastructural development, Governor Dauda Lawal embarked on an inspection tour of various projects across the state to evaluate the level of work done. One of the key sites visited was the Gusau International Airport, where the governor assessed the terminal and the 3.4-kilometer runway. Speaking to journalists, he emphasized that his administration is constructing not just an ordinary airport, but a world-class facility designed to enhance economic growth and connectivity.
I've gone around with all of you. You've seen the terminal building, you've seen the local wing, as well as the international wing. From what they said, in the next 2 months, that building will be near completed. As for the runway, you've gone from the beginning to the end of the runway, which is a standard runway, 3.4 kilometers by any standard. And from tomorrow, they'll start laying the asphalt.
No, the
stone base, the stone base, as from tomorrow. So you can see there is significant progress. It's just a matter of time. Gusau will have an international standard airport by the grace of Allah.
The project contractor, Nicholas Forey, also assured that the construction is progressing on schedule and will be completed within the stipulated time frame.
We are working as per all standards on that job, and as you can see, I think you can tell from your mere visit, the standard we are following.
Any challenges so far?
Of course, there was many challenges concerning mostly the relocation, but gradually, with the help of the ministry, they are solving them.
Beyond the airport, Governor Lawal proceeded to inspect several other projects, including Rawaya Township Road, Ministry of Information and Culture renovation, new ultra-modern motor park, the second component of the State Secretariat project, among others. At the end of the busy inspection tour, Governor Lawal reiterated his commitment to delivering the dividends of democracy, stating that governance is about the people and that his duty as an elected leader is to prioritize development and public welfare.
Oh no, I will go all the local governments. We have construction going on in all the 14 local governments, either schools, hospitals, roads, and so on and so forth. So this is just the beginning, and the next is other local government. We're going to have a timetable where I'll go around all the 14 local governments to see what is happening, so that I'll be fine based on what we're doing.
For example, this building you are seeing here, by the will of God, by the second week of April, the contractor will hand it over to the ministry. And all our staff that are now scattered across because of the renovation will come back and resume work, hopefully by the second week of April, inshallah.
The Zamfara International Airport and other infrastructural projects are expected to boost the state economy by improving transportation, attracting investors, creating jobs and enhancing trade activities. Governor Lawal called on the people of Zamfara to continue supporting his administration, assuring them of his unwavering dedication to transforming the state through impactful projects. And speaking of improvement in the state's facilities, Governor Lawal is also focused on the healthcare sector. In a move that underscores his commitment to better healthcare, Governor Lawal made an unannounced visit to Gusau General Hospital to inspect its ongoing renovations. Accompanied by the Commissioner for Health and the Chief Medical Director, the governor got a first-hand look at the upgrades and improvements aimed at enhancing medical services in the state. This is Gusau General Hospital, one of the oldest healthcare facilities in Zamfara state. Following his declaration of a state of emergency in the healthcare sector last year, Governor Dauda Lawal ordered a total renovation and re-equipping of the hospital. Governor Lawal is here on an unannounced visit to the hospital to inspect the level of work done. The governor, accompanied by the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisa Mardin, and the Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Dr. Mohammed Musa, moved around various departments to assess the progress of the project. During the inspection, the governor noted that several aspects of the renovation need to be revisited and immediately instructed the contractor to go back to the drawing board and make the necessary corrections. He emphasized the importance of timely and quality completion of the renovation to ensure improved healthcare services for residents of the state.
This is one of the oldest hospitals in Gusau town. This is where I was born. And therefore, I'm here to see for myself the extent of the work or the construction that is ongoing, so that if there are issues, we should be able to address these issues as quickly as possible.
The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisa Mardin, stated that the project is currently at about 50% completion. She explained that some renovated wards have already been fully equipped, but further improvement, including painting and furniture, have been noted for corrections.
The contract of total renovation and equipping of this hospital was awarded. And then the work, I think it has reached about 50% completion. And then all the work that are completed were equipped already.
This is a very good visit and a very fine one. That his coming to this place makes this hospital to be one of the best, because of the fact that he will look at all the loops and weaknesses of the works that is being carried out, that any fault that is associated with the buildings or furnitures or whatever, he will talk about it and then it will be corrected.
Governor Lawal assured that he would return to the hospital on another surprise visit to ensure that necessary corrections are made and the project is executed according to the required standards. While improving healthcare is crucial, the governor is also working with international partners to make a lasting impact on women's health and education. On the international front, the UNFPA has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting Zamfara's women and girls. During a recent visit, the UNFPA Deputy Country Representative, Kowesen Kawa, met with Governor Lawal to discuss ways they can collaborate on women's health, empowerment, and improving education opportunities for young girls.
At the Zamfara State Government House in Gusau, the UNFPA Nigeria Deputy Country Representative commended Governor Dauda Lawal's administration for its dedication to strengthening healthcare services, particularly in maternal and child health, family planning, and the prevention of gender-based violence. He reaffirmed UNFPA's commitment to supporting Zamfara State in areas such as reproductive health, out-of-school girls and women's rights, stressing the importance of partnership in driving sustainable development.
We have also discussed at length about the out-of-school girls and how those category of population can also be taken care of and let be vulnerable, to be less vulnerable to various forms of violence and also exploitation. So we can, UNFPA, we can support to strengthen the programs that can address the issues of those out-of-school adolescent girls and including, where possible, in collaboration with the state government, program about empowerment and life skills acquisition. We also notice that there might be a need for the data quality assurance, the data that are collected in the various centers and that are also embedded in the global data system for the nation, we can support.
In his remark, Governor Dauda Lawal emphasized his administration's readiness to work closely with the development partners to enhance healthcare service and human development in the state. The governor also highlighted key challenges in the healthcare sector, particularly in rural areas, and called for stronger collaboration to ensure improved access to essential health services.
So, with some of these few things you mentioned, I will give you the assurance that the state government is ready to collaborate effectively with your organization to make sure all these issues are being handled the way they should be, so that we guide against future occurrences of some of the challenges, especially women, that they are facing in Zamfara state.
The United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, is a global agency committed to improving reproductive health, promoting gender equality, and supporting population development. Through its intervention, the agency continues to play a crucial role in addressing healthcare challenges and empowering communities worldwide.
And speaking of empowerment, there is also a major push to boost the state economy through new partnerships. In a major step toward economic growth, Governor Dauda Lawal has secured a partnership with a consortium of Chinese companies. This collaboration is set to help improve security, agriculture, transport, and mining in Zamfara. The governor met with the Chinese delegation to discuss how these partnerships could bring advanced technology and much-needed expertise to various sectors of the state's economy. The partnership follows Governor Lawal's recent visits to China, where he engaged leading firms on investment opportunities for Zamfara. The companies involved include Zhongzhou International Group, Phoenix Wings, Shenzhen High Grade Innovation Technology, and Xiamen Magnetic North Technology. Speaking on the development, the Secretary to the State Government, Abubakar Nakwada, describes it as a significant step towards economic growth.
His Excellency is unwavering and is committed to seeing that all the MOUs we have signed in China are fully assessed, evaluated, and by the grace of God bring to fruition that will see us to the levels of signing SLAs for the general well-being and the general benefit of the people of Zamfara. We are going to be broken down into smaller groups to enable you fast track whatever discussions we are going to have. For example, the mining and exploration, we are going to have specialized teams that are going to engage you in the area of agriculture, smart agriculture.
Governor Lawal expresses confidence in the collaboration and assures the investors of a smooth process.
I led a delegation to China, and one of the areas we look at is in the area of agriculture. We are trying to move away from subsistence farming into a more robust farming system. Our major concern has always been security, and it's an area where so much attention is being given. And you all agree with me that in fighting banditry and other related crimes now, the issue of technology plays key role. We discussed with Phoenix Wings. In fact, we were really, I don't know how to put it, when they display their capacity and what they can do with such technology is unbelievable.
For the Chinese delegation, the partnership presents vast opportunities.
We are here for developing the mining sector, agricultural sector, the the transportation sector for the peoples of Zamfara. Yeah. So we are mainly invest in Zamfara mining, and also to assist the state government get China and Africa forum funds for the assembling of the agriculture, and we want also to establish a industry hub, then to make a technical training school for agriculture, for mining, for transportation skills, even for other industry skills.
With this collaboration, Zamfara hopes to drive industrial growth, improve security, and create jobs for its people. As implementation begins, all eyes will now be on how this partnership transforms Zamfara's economic landscape. You're still watching Gusau Files. More stories right after the break. Welcome back. In a heartbreaking moment, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, visited Zamfara to commiserate with the state government and people following the tragic January 11 airstrike in Dangebe Community Marathon local government area. Air Marshal Abubakar expressed deep regret over the incident and assured that the Nigerian Air Force has taken necessary steps to prevent future tragedies. He also praised Governor Dauda Lawal for his swift response to the situation and emphasized the Air Force's continued collaboration with the state to improve security. Upon his arrival in Gusau, Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar inspected the quarter guard mounted in his honor by troops of the 207 Quick Response Group Nigerian Air Force. He then proceeded to meet with Governor Lawal, where he expressed his condolences to the Zamfara state government over the unfortunate airstrike incident that occurred on January 11. Air Marshal Abubakar commended the state government's handling of the situation, emphasizing that the NAF remains dedicated to working with the government to enhance security in the region. He also announced provision of financial assistance, pledged to rebuild destroyed buildings and replace 2 motorcycles lost during the incident.
We are optimistic that the plan will also prioritize the protection and restoration of the civilian environment as a critical factor in the planning and conducting of all our operations. As a way of ameliorating the sufferings and pains caused by the airstrikes, we have earmarked a token for the families of the victims of the accidental airstrike. We shall also repair the damaged part of the mosque and replace the 2 motorcycles damaged in the airstrike. Furthermore, I have directed that Nigerian Air Force Director of Services will provide a solar-powered borehole at Kambara village to serve the immediate community as well as other neighboring villages.
In response, Governor Dauda Lawal emphasized that Zamfara remains the epicenter of banditry in the northwest, making it crucial for the Air Force to have a permanent base or an Air Force hangar in the state once the Gusau International Airport is completed. As part of his commitment to security, the governor formally presented a certificate of occupancy for a new Air Force base, a move aimed at strengthening military presence and improving rapid response to security threats in the state.
We are also building our own airport here in Zamfara. As a matter of fact, I was there yesterday to see the level of progress as far as that airport is concerned. My appeal is, when this airport is completed, we also need a base here or a hangar that you have in Katsina and Sokoto so that it will make this operation much easier. On my own part, I'm assuring that we'll continue to engage you and we'll continue to make sure we do whatever humanly possible to support the Air Force and other security agencies fighting banditry in Zamfara State.
The Chief of Air Staff and the Zamfara State Governor met with the victims and all the stakeholders from Dangebe community behind closed doors. The proposed Air Force base is also expected to enhance counterinsurgency efforts, improve air operations, and ensure better coordination in the fight against banditry. And now to education matters. In a significant move to tackle absenteeism in schools, the Zamfara state government has suspended 207 teachers for truancy. Following a verification exercise, these teachers were found guilty of neglecting their duties, and many have already submitted written apologies. The government is now calling for greater accountability in the education sector to ensure that students receive the best possible education. Out of its commitment to improving the quality of education, the Zamfara state government launched a comprehensive verification exercise last year, September, to identify ghost workers and absentee teachers across public schools. Now, findings from the exercise revealed that 207 teachers, mostly from secondary schools, had consistently failed to report to their duty posts, prompting the government to take disciplinary action. The affected teachers are here at the State Ministry of Education, accepting responsibility for their actions, expressing remorse in written apology letters submitted to the government. They appeal to the state government for leniency, promising to be more committed to their roles in the education system.
We know that we have not been coming to work as it's supposed. So we are trying to we know our wrong deeds we have been doing. So inshallah, by the grace of God, as from today, inshallah, we are not going to repeat that our negative, inshallah. So please, the governor and other let's say commissioner and the cabinet, please, we are sorry for our wrong deeds. Inshallah, we are not going to repeat such acts, inshallah.
The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Wadato Madawaki, while addressing journalists, confirmed the receipt of the apology letters and stated that the government would review the cases before making a final decision. He emphasized that the verification exercise aims to improve the quality of education in Zamfara by ensuring that only dedicated and competent teachers remain in the system.
The Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, in collaboration with all its parastatals, conducted a verification exercise on all teachers in the state, most importantly, teachers of secondary schools. During that verification exercise, which took a number of days, certain anomalies were found, where it was found out that many teachers have not been going to school. Some have absconded from schools, but they were still being paid salaries. Based on that and the findings, we invited all the principals and we asked all the principals to come with the list of all their teachers, including time book for the teachers.
The government has vowed to continue monitoring the education sector, warning that further disciplinary actions will be taken against any staff failing to uphold professional standards. Meanwhile, the state is also dealing with another serious issue, human trafficking, and efforts are being made to protect victims. In a joint effort to combat human trafficking, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons (NAPTIP) has handed over 52 suspected victims to Zamfara authorities. These individuals, who were found traveling from Anka and Talatamafara local government areas, were being transported under false pretenses to work in mining in Abuja. The victims have now been placed in the care of the State Substance Abuse and Human Trafficking Control Agency.
A total of 53 individuals had embarked on the journey to Abuja, including the suspected mastermind, one Bilyaminu. However, while 52 of them have now been returned to Zamfara State, while Bilyaminu remains in the custody of the Department of State Services, the DSS, for further investigation. These individuals were intercepted by Nigerian army troops last Monday before being handed over to the DSS. When presented to the Zamfara state government, they appeared unkempt, hungry and had no money for survival. Speaking to journalists after the handover ceremony, the executive secretary of the Zamfara State Substance Abuse Control and Prohibition of Human Trafficking Agency, pharmacist Ishak Anka, stated that after thorough investigation by the DSS, the victims were returned to NAPTIP for further action.
We are receiving the 53 number of victims from National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, Abuja. There were people from Anka Local Government and Talata Mafara that were arrested by Nigerian Army on Monday on their way to Abuja. After arresting them, they investigate them for 3 days. Later, they handed over them to Department of Security Services. This is really act of trafficking. Somebody will come and give you money, settle you that you are going to do a hard labor, and he is going to settle you. You can see how they look like. They don't have money, they don't have anything.
One of the victims, Hamza Shuaibu from Anka local government, narrated his experience to newsmen. He disclosed that Bilyaminu had promised them mining work in Abuja before their journey was disrupted.
An fito da mu daga Abuja zuwa jihar Zamfara.
They brought us from Abuja to Zamfara state. We came to look for mining work. We had not gotten to our destination when we were arrested. Bilyaminu is doing this to help us. We know the government is doing everything to protect its citizens. Anywhere we go with one mind. God will protect us and security will also protect us. We thank God and the Zamfara state government for rescuing us from our predicaments.
Meanwhile, the Zamfara state government has cautioned residents, particularly those in rural communities, against being deceived by individuals promising them greener pastures elsewhere. The government warned that such promises often lead to exploitation and human trafficking. To prevent similar incidents in the future, the government also assured that more sensitization and awareness programs would be conducted to educate the public on the dangers of human trafficking.
And that's it for this edition of Gusau Files. Thanks for tuning in and stay safe.